Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. I'm Thomasin PA 2066. Today is 17th of January 2023. I'd like to do a video recording on expectation of negotiator. Why negotiator joins an agency? Let me begin. Hi, welcome to my channel. What is expected by RENs? Why join you? I'm Thomasin PA 2066. Today 17th of January 2023. This is a topic which is relevant to most of the listeners out there. Probably a journey that you go through in your sales career is becoming a negotiator. So why you joining agency firm and why you choose a particular agency firm? This is a summary for what normally expected of a agency firm by the negotiator. Let me go in. So in the law, what is the position of REN? So Act 242, which is the Valuer Appraiser, Estate Agent and Property Managers Act 1981, specify in Section 22C on the restrictions on agency practice. So this title is called Restrictions on Estate Agency Practice. It means to say that this particular section of the law that says a lot of restrictions. That means if you are not a registered estate agent operating a firm, you cannot offer a job to do estate agency practice. But then in the subsection 2, it says notwithstanding those restrictions in the subsection 1, and this includes also one which is the D subsection which says a negotiator may assist the registered estate agent in the estate agency practice, which means that the position of the registered estate agent having a negotiator, meaning to say is a negotiator is allowed to carry out the job of estate agency practice under the registered estate agent. So this is under section 22C, subsection 2 and subsection D, and further to that in the same section 22C, which has another new clause, which is the 2A clause. Section 2A actually further explain this particular negotiator. So for the purpose of paragraph 2D, which refers to the subsection D, negotiator means a person who is employed by the registered estate agent to assist him in estate agency practice. Of course, the law says that what is estate agency practice in the section 22B. So if you go back to the law, what is estate agency practice? It is spelled out in 22B. And further to that, the subsection 3 under the 22C actually says that the provision relating to the estate agency practice in these two subsections 1 and 2 shall apply mutatis mutandis to a firm. So this mutatis mutandis means what? So it's actually a Latin expression meaning that necessary changes having been made or with the consideration of the respective differences. So it refers back to the interpretation of the law saying that notwithstanding, despite having restrictions, there are certain people who can carry out the job of estate agency practice, which includes a negotiator who is under the registered estate agent. So this mutatis mutandis actually says that it is used in the legal context to show the rest of the document remains unchanged. The only necessary change has been made. So if we take it from the simple to understand context, it means to say that estate agency practice is by the firm. So if a registered estate agent is qualified and he forms a firm practice, whoever works in the firm, which includes the negotiator who works under the registered estate agent in the firm, in the case of section 22C, subsection 2 and subsection D, actually is carrying out the estate agency practice by the firm. So we are talking about all these performance of the professional job of listing and getting a prospect to come forward and trying to negotiate a deal, closing a deal, taking booking, doing all the signing of a letter of offer and acceptance. All that is actually grouped under estate agency practice and is practiced by a firm and not by an individual REA or an individual negotiator or a probationary estate agent. So it says in the law, whenever there is a estate agency practice, it has to be practiced under a firm. So we talk about MEAS 2, which spell out the negotiator. So Malaysian Estate Agency Standard 2, which talk about negotiator. So the negotiators are salespersons, which includes also the probationers. So negotiators are in fact real estate negotiators as well as the probationary estate agents who works under the estate agency firm, supervised by the registered estate agent, of course. So they must fully comply to the act, the rules, the standards, directives, circulars and guidelines or decision by the board of valuer, appraiser, estate agent and property managers. So board would issue circulars and guidelines times that it is relevant to certain changes. So these are updates you have to beware and always visit the board website. And one of the key thing that is mentioned in MEAS 2 is also that it is the responsibility of the agency to keep a register of the agency's negotiator, and using the board system of BIS updates those names that is in the register to the board's website. So the board will have a searchable system that the public can search about verification of this negotiator. So it includes the negotiator name, negotiator telephone number, and the negotiator REN number also. So the REN is issued a REN tag, and the REN tag should be worn at all times when the negotiator going out to carry out their duties. And important of the standards also mentioned about 2.2.2.3.2, which is full-time engagement or full-time employment by the negotiator with only one agency firm. So an estate agency firm recruits a negotiator. This negotiator has to work full-time for this particular one agency. It cannot be joining a few agencies and being part-time. So this is important because it is a professional job. When a client is engaged, the client need to be served with your full attention, with full responsibility that the engagement is by the firm. So you cannot be having a few firms and then you give this agency appointment simply by choosing firms. So there are a few ways that the agency can engage this negotiator. It can be contract of service, which is employed, paid a certain basic salary or wage, and then every month being deducted this cukai potongan bulanan as well as EPF. It also can be a contract for service, which is meaning that engaged as a contractor. So the negotiator works on his own, however attached to the firm 24 hours and full-time for only one agency, at the same time sharing the profit that generated by this firm. Profit sharing should comply to the commission payout, which cannot be more than 40%, which means that if sales or a commission payout at 10,000 ringgit, then the firm would share 40%, which is 4,000 with the negotiator. Of course, this, as we all know, is not relevant anymore in the practice because the ground practice currently we have heard negotiator getting paid up to even 80% of the commission. So of course, due to competition and due to all kinds of way to try and woo all these good negotiators and to bring business to the firm. So therefore discuss on this subject, the need to be amended. So of course the board is working on these changes, but at the moment, fixed maximum percentage share out is still at 40%. So negotiator has to act under the supervision at all times. He cannot act outside the supervision. So therefore it is an argument on the part now that if a negotiator is too far away geographically, like in East Malaysia, and then the registered estate agency firm, the address is in Kuala Lumpur, then can this be supervision or not? Example, just now when a registered office is in KL, the negotiator happened to be in East Malaysia, then in such interpretation, the law says that the negotiator is not supervised. So that is in a way not agreed as a way of having all over Malaysia negotiator. But now the act seems to be interpreted in the sense that you can conduct online and also Zoom meeting to effectively supervise your negotiator. So there are interpretation by practitioner in the market that says you can have an office and a negotiator throughout the whole country. So this is a new and blur area for the board to decide. Of course, negotiator cannot sign contractual documents as in the sense that they are supervised. They are not the legal effective signatory to all these legal documents. So letter of offer and acceptance and also the those tenancy offers cannot be signed by the negotiator. Although there is a blur area on the witness, so if certain types of document where a negotiator is witness, that means the vendor sign and then the witness by the negotiator. This witness can be anyone, so it includes a negotiator who can act as a witness to the signature. Of course, the main part on the MEAS2 is about a negotiator should not misrepresent or mislead the process of presentation, sales presentation. Of course, this part is important because in a sense that any wrong of the negotiator is found to be wrong on the part of the supervision of the registered estate agent. So any wrong that is done will be recorded, and this will be recorded inside a board for the public to see the blacklist as well as reference to the agencies which employ the negotiator. So you have a record of the wrongdoings in the disciplinary process that is kept in the board, so that the future employment by other agency they can refer to this list. So what are the drivers that would impact on the decision of the negotiator to join a particular agency? So I put down here as 4 major areas. So legal position is the most, of course, apparent, because without the legal entity of agency, negotiator cannot practice as under the law, section 22C, subsection 2, subsection D. So therefore, legal position is important. Number 2 is source of the earning of the negotiator. So later we will see why this is the most important element to drive the negotiator to join a estate agency firm. Third is career advancement. Usually this is very individualized for the negotiator. And number 4 is the support of the agency firm. Let us go to the legal position. So number 1, legal position is actually the weakest reason for negotiator to join a particular firm because there is no difference for joining any particular firm on the part of the legal position under the law. So the registered estate agency firm, in fact, it is the same as in there is no a firm that is better than the other firm. So the negotiator joins any firm just to become a legal representative of that firm. And in fact, this purpose is to tag the REN tag and the REN number. So, of course, the board has its BIS system to track who is the negotiator, what number, and also a mobile number. So if a mobile number is submitted and then found to be fake, the board can take action against the negotiator. So of course the legal part of it is the negotiator has to go through the NCC course and to continue improving over years by the continual development program. And in a professional way also, joining a firm and practice with the REN tag gives the selected effect as a upper class so it's like atas they feel that they are class above others illegal brokers. So this is a legal position which is what drives a negotiator joins a particular firm. In the old days when there is a lot of illegals, few illegals stubborn not to join any firm, and later on when they see that the overall market condition, that when a colleague join the firm and become a negotiator and carrying a name tag, it seems that there is an upgrade for that particular person. So therefore the whole industry for sales representative of the agency firms are brought into having a registration as a negotiator. So they call themselves a registered REN. So in fact in the law there is no register for negotiator in the board. The register in fact is kept in the agency firm, and board only has the BIS system which track the particulars of the REN tag. So that part is in the law. So second, source of earning is the strongest reason why a negotiator join an agency firm. Under the MEAS, negotiator joining the agency firm has to carry out the job of the agency firm, which a lot of time a single negotiator may not be able to engage this job. So the reason is because developers appoints agency firm, and developers usually wouldn't appoint a single person. He appoints a company or firm of estate agency practice. So this means that going out to get the appointment from the developers, you need to be a group of people, and source of the project sales would actually bring you a lot of potential close, potential sales. So this could be group listings within the agency. So some agency would have a lot of projects, and you can also use the agency for core agencies, using an agency to work with another listing agent to share the potential market. And of course a lot of agency would simply just allow the negotiator to run their own sub-sale and rental behind scene. So this could be sometimes deals that agency firms are not so concerned about. So it means to say the illegal way of saying, and a negotiator would just pocket the sub-sale and the rental commission. Third is the career. So career I put down here is medium for the reason that some of the young negotiator may have long-term thinking for the business. So they want to establish the career over a long-term period, and they want to establish their professionalism. And this means some of them will want to become senior RENs and become leader in the team. And this is a career path whereby maybe in times of 10-20 years they can be even shareholders of some of the agencies. So this is the reason of why they join certain agencies. And this is under the liberalization process issued by board on liberalizing the profession, whereby a company of estate agency established as a Sdn Bhd company could have a part of the 51% and more who are the practitioner or the registrant, and then the other who are non-registered persons. So non-registered persons includes some of these senior members who are helping up in the administration of the agencies. Last is the support. So in the sense that the joining an agency, important area of supports, I group it here under accounting system. This also includes those commission payout system, tax compliance system. So as a single person, you may not have the size of the operation to pay for all this accounting system and the customer relationship management system. These are quite professional system, and it costs certain amount of money every month on subscription. So joining an agency firm would have this convenience that the agency firm has already these systems in place. Also, there are some agencies that develop their own platforms and doing marketing and selling for its negotiators. So joining a company of agency may establish your platforms inside this system, which results in better branding, better team coherence, and ability to market in a bigger segment of the market. Some agency firm has got good training and education system where some of your choices may be pursuing a degree or pursuing a diploma in the estate agency, qualifying as a registered estate agent in the future. There are also PropTech tools, PropTech company engaging for bricks and data science types of subscription. These are usually corporate subscription where bricks and data science are tools that you can market to your clients and able to analyze the market in a better way. Of course, agency firm has their groups of legal advisors, bankers, valuer contacts, which help you up in a way of how you offer your services to your potential prospect. So my conclusion, I like to conclude what RENs are looking for is, as we gone through, this relates to all the MEAS requirements, MEAS 2 requirements of a negotiator, legal position of a negotiator, source of earning, how a negotiator can get deals through your agency, and what are the career advancement that you are providing for them, as well as the support system that is in place to improve their performance. I have a few systems or platforms, e-learning system for the diploma in estate agency exam. Advertising platforms are Contract to You, as well as findway.info. These are related to marketing of properties, as well as a tool used to facilitate your engagement with your clients. And there is also My Real Property Online, which collects listings as well as my videos. Thank you very much for visiting my channel. I'm Thomasin PA2066. This is my mobile number and the URL of my website. Thank you.